Greetings to our melanated people all around the world. It's really a joy, it's really a blessing. It's really an honor to be out here in nature and greeting you. Knowing that I'm bringing a message of truth to you. I'm bringing a message of self-realization to you. I'm bringing a message that is pointing you to look within. I'm bringing a message that is pointing you to look within yourself for all the answers of life, and not to look outside of yourself, because when you look outside of yourself, you would become self-righteous, judgmental, and condemning others. And I've said all of that to show you that that is what normally takes place in Christianity, where people are of a religious mentality, and when the correction comes, they cannot deal with the truth because they have never questioned their belief, and now their belief is now questioning them. Now I want to speak to you concerning from Samuel to Saul, and that is in the Old Testament. And you will have to read it in the Old Testament. In the book of Samuel. Can't tell you exactly which one right now. Okay? But it's in the book of Samuel. And it is the story of the people who were supposed to be the people of Israel. And remember, Israel means to rule as God. And also remember, my bag drop. I have to take up my bag to cover my camera from the rain. Yes, and remember that the Bible addresses the human mind and must be interpreted psychologically. That the Bible is not literal, neither is it secular history. So the story goes on to say that the people used to be governed by a prophet. Now, a prophet in the Bible is speaking about mystics. It's speaking about those who have come to know who they are. It's speaking about those who are self-realized beings who will be able to teach and to direct humanity of how to live in love and not fear, of how to be in control of their circumstances and their situation. And then it tells you that the people turn away from Samuel and wanted to be like the other nations. We're just teaching you that when you turn away from your own self-government and want to be like the rest of the Joneses and want to keep up with the Joneses, and you are judging yourself based on others, based on what others think, and you're doing everything based on what society says and what society do, even the way you dress, everything you do is based on others, and you're just a follower and you're not leading, you're not following your own intuition, you're not discovering your own creativity, you're not discovering how special you are, because you are always comparing yourself with others. So it is teaching you the state of mind, the state of consciousness that you can fall into, and going against the Samuel, which is the prophetic side, your Christ energy, the mystical side of your being. You being a spirit having a human experience, you're going away from the spirit and you're getting into the humanistic realm. And it is telling you now that these people start to vibrate towards the nations around them. And they wanted to be like the nation around them. They wanted a government. They wanted a government outside of themselves. They wanted us to break away from self-government. So the message supposed to be, man know thyself. But they want to make the message of knowing about others instead of knowing about yourself. The message is supposed to be about judging yourself, but they want to judge others. So they turn away from self-government and choose another form of government. And it tells you that Samuel began to speak and tell these people, this is the manner of the government that will govern over you when you give up your self-government. And the people say, we don't care, we don't mind, just give us a king Saul. They are power outside of themselves. Now, the same thing is happening right now. People all around the world are saying, give me a literal Jesus Christ of 2,000 years ago. A power outside of themselves to rule over them. Give them a man with blonde hair and blue eyes to rule over them. Then they turn around and speak about police brutality and shooting at black people and all of these things, and Black Lives Matter and all of these foolishness, when the people themselves are choosing by the choice they make to have a different form of government. They want politics. They want churchianity. So when you choose religion over self-realization, and you choose education, academic education, over your own human imagination, which is the creator in man, and you choose religion over nature, you end up with a different teacher when nature is supposed to be a teacher, and when experience is supposed to be a teacher also. Your teacher end up being theory, and you believe that the Bible is secular history, and now you're interpreting the Bible literally, and end up in mental slavery. So my brother and my sisters, the story in the Bible where it tells you the people turn away from Saul, not Saul, sorry, the people turn away from Samuel, the prophet, the enlightened one, the mystic, the one who comes to self-realization, the one who knows exactly who he is, or who she is, who knows their true identity, to hold on to false identity. Yet they want liberation. And melanated people especially are looking for some perfect one, some special one, some sort of black leader to deliver them. But I'm saying to you, there's no black leader who's going to deliver you. That would not point you to look within yourself, to tell you the deliverer is within you, the savior is within you. It's all about you. So my brother and my sisters, the Bible is your own biography. And so you would know that is when you come to realize and could accept that the Bible addresses the human mind and must be interpreted psychologically. And that your name is I am. From generation to generation, it's your memorial. And you can never say I am and not referring to yourself. Then you will be able to say, I am that I am. I am whatever I believe myself to be, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Then you'll be able to say, I am the way, the truth, and the life. And then you'll be able to say, be still and know that I am God. Because you have chosen self-government over every other form of government. So with that being said, my brother and my sister, I want to thank you very much, and I want to continue to encourage you to support this work by supporting our ebooks and our paperback books, and the link is right down below for you. And not forgetting our clothing line, and the links are right down below for you also. And I'm encouraging you to support this great work. Also, those who would like to support us on Patreon, you can support us on Patreon. Okay? So with that being said, my brother and my sister, I want to now give you the sign of enlightenment, because that one eye would open in you when you have that experience, and you would realize it is the rising of the S-U-N in a S-O-N. And you come to realize that without the sun, there is no life and there is no light. And without the human imagination, there isn't anything made that was made. And that the sun parallels the human imagination, and the human imagination parallels the sun. And without him, there isn't anything made that was made, and all things was made by him. Showing you that Jesus Christ is a personification of your own human imagination. So with all of that being said, my brothers and my sisters, we being the people of the sun, let us now use our mind power to achieve our every desire. So with that being said, I want to say peace, love you, I'm out.